Matthew 4:1-4. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. And after fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. And the tempter came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command these stones to be turned into loaves of bread." But he answered, "It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." Dear God, thank you for this night that you brought us all here, where we have a place because of your blood, that we get to meet with you, greet with you, and just love you, God. Jesus, use us tonight, God. Use me to deliver your word. I can't do this without you, Lord. In the name of Jesus, amen. Guys, give it up for the band real quick. They did an amazing job. Amazing job. Not hard work through, I want to say, a couple of weeks of me texting you, bugging you. You and Cameron both. Matthew 4:1-4. That verse, whenever I was trying to get this message together and that verse stuck out to me, I was wondering, why this verse? Why this? What does it mean? What does this have to do with what I want to speak on? And can you throw it back up real quick? Verse, there we go. Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness. Next one. 40 days and 40 nights. Next one. Verse 3. But right there, if you are the Son of God, command these stones to become loaves of bread. And that was what God was making stick out to me. And I was wondering, how does that make sense? What does that got to do with what I want to speak on? And I'm going to go ahead and just let you know what I'm going to speak on tonight. I want to talk about relationships and then your heart. But that kept sticking out to me. I was like, God, duh. Like, for one reason, why is it that Satan is saying, if you are the Son of God? It's not like Satan don't know. Satan was in heaven with him. He like, hey, I know who you are, Jesus. But if you are the Son of God, and I realized something. I don't know if anybody else has thought of it this way before. I may be the only one, and if that's the case, I'm the odd one out, and I'm probably weird. But right there, if you are the Son of God, knowing it's Jesus, knowing Jesus is God, he's the liar. He's been telling the same lie. Jesus and the devil actually have a relationship together. No, it's not a good one. Most people hear relationships, they're like, yes, that's my best bud. That's my best friend, Krishna over there. That's my cousin over there, Mackenzie. And that's what they think of relationships. But yeah, we may have a couple bad ones here and there. But he's trying to get Jesus to question who he is. He's trying to say, hey, Jesus, if you are the Son of God, turn these stones into bread. But Jesus said, no. Because since you are a liar, and I've learned something, a liar knows one thing. A liar knows one thing, and that's the truth. They're not going to tell you they know the truth because they wouldn't be a liar. But they know what the truth is. And in Galatians, I'm probably saying that wrong, but whatever. In Galatians 5:9, but I'm so used to the ESV. That is my favorite version of the Bible. But I heard of a new translation recently, the Passion Translation, and it made this a little easier to understand. Don't you know that when you allow even a little lie into your heart, it can permeate your entire belief system? So that's what the devil was trying to do. He was trying to tell Jesus, hey, are you really God? I'm trying to make you doubt who you are. But Jesus said, no, my relationship with my God, the one that tells me the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, says I do not live on bread alone. I have such a good relationship with him that what it says is that I live upon him and I live through what he tells me. And that's what I'm going to get to in all these relationships I want to talk about tonight, is that in all these, God tells us the truth other than the lies that the devil in this world is telling us. My first point is in family. Family. And while I was writing this message, I'm a night owl. I love to stay up. Who else is a night owl? Who loves to stay up, work all night? Those are my kind of people. If you love early mornings, I'll pray for you. But I'm a night owl. I love to stay up all night, work. And I want to say I was up till maybe 2 a.m. with scripture from Genesis talking about God creating Adam and Adam being the first father and the first man and Eve being the first mom and Cain and Abel. And I was going over my notes, going over everything, and something just didn't sit right with me. And so I finally said my catchphrase. I got several catchphrases. One of my favorite ones is go to bed, go to sleep. And if I'm not home, go home, go to bed, go to sleep. That is one of my favorite phrases. And I'm probably one of the laziest people on earth, just being honest. But I finally said, I'm going to sleep. I give up. God, one more time, give me something. I got nothing. He didn't tell me one thing. Not at the moment, though, because I went to go to sleep. I'm just laying on my bed. And I actually have a message from Pastor Steve from his message series, Flip the Flow. And I heard in the background as I was trying to fall asleep, you are looking for something new to hear from God, but this is where we flip the flow. Because you're looking for something new, but you already know. I jumped out of bed and I said, that's it. That's what I'm going to use, because I'm trying to teach to a bunch of young adults, a couple of parents in here, and I'm like, how am I going to teach them something new? Because I was always told that whenever creating a message, you tell them what you pray about. God, what do I need to tell them to know, and what do they need to do? But that's where God flipped the flow on me, saying, they already know. You need to just remind them of who they are. Because we're sons, we're daughters in here. Like I said, there's a couple parents in here. And we've gotten into that mentality of, I want to go home, go to bed, go to sleep. I want to be lazy, do nothing all day, just want to sleep, watch my YouTube. Or Netflix. Where's my Netflix people in here? I got a couple. YouTube? Yeah. Hulu. Somebody's got money. Anyway. But we just want to do that. We want to go home, go to bed, go sleep. We've forgotten that we're sons and daughters. We're supposed to be there for our parents. Our parents, though, they're the ones that's supposed to teach us. They're the ones that's supposed to say, hey, how was your day at school? And spark a conversation with you. Teach you where you need to be in life. I don't give my parents enough credit sometimes to their face. Because I adore them. I love them to death. They're my mentors, and they're the greatest people to me. My daddy's my greatest mentor. I got several, but my daddy really is. I actually have written down in a journal, and I'm not one to actually tell what I write in my message journals and all that, so y'all getting a good treat tonight. But I wrote down, actually, that I want to be like my daddy. But because he is such a great man, I want to be greater than him. Not because he has any flaws, not because of the things that I don't agree with, but because he is such a great man. And he actually taught me that I want to be like him, and I want to be better than him. See where he is and try to do better. I'm pushing the envelope trying to do that. It's a hard task anyway. Some of y'all may say, is he stressed all the time? That's the reason why. But because I'm trying to push that envelope, trying to be greater. My mom, she's always sacrificed for me. And my brother, always done so much. Day in, day out. That's what a parent's like. And then now to us. We're students, and now we're kids. We're the sons, we're the daughters. But now we're at the age where we can do back for them. I can go up to my mom and say, hey, what can I do for you? I probably don't do it enough. She's probably back there shaking her head right now. Yeah. I could probably go out there without being told, hey, cut the grass for my day. He's probably doing the same thing, shaking his head yes right now. I don't do that enough. I can be a better brother whenever Matthew says, hey, let's go hang out. Instead of saying no and then going out, I should say, sure, whatever. I should do that. That's who I'm supposed to be. I'm called to do that. I'm called to be a son, a grandson, and a nephew, a cousin. That's who I'm called to be. And I'm at that age of doing that. And this is probably going to be the only time I'm going to talk about marriage, because no offense if you got married early, but you are at an age where you don't need to be getting married early. Why? Because you still got so much potential. You still got so much that God can do with you by yourself. But whenever you do get married, whenever it comes down to it, never just say, hey, husband, we're not doing anything with your family anymore. We're not doing anything with them. We're going to do my family. They're crazy. No. Guys, don't do it. Vice versa. Don't do it. Whenever you say, hey, my family only, yours is cray-cray, only mine. No, God has called you to that family for a reason. You have a mother-in-law and a father-in-law for a reason. You are called there and you have a purpose. Same for the guys. You are called there for a purpose. Your father-in-law is your law and family. I don't know how to put it exactly, but that's who you're called for. That's what you're called to reach. What about my second point? Friends. That's not it. There it is. Friends. And I actually got a good story for y'all. So it's spring break. We're having fun, and for some weird reason, Shane is staying at my house all week. I think he moved in for about a week. And they said it was the last day of spring break. They said, hey, Shane goes up to Matthew, and he does it if Shane gets excited and calls my brother, he does it this way. Martin. I don't understand it, but it's usually 3 times. Let's go down to the river from the train track and go fishing. All right, let's go. They called a couple other people. They called me, said, hey, Jamison, you want to go fishing? I said, yeah, I don't want to be stuck here on my last day of spring break, as I put down the Xbox controller. Only my guy gamers will get that joke. But so we go down to the river, and I realized that we have to go down a railroad track to get where we're going. At first, I'm like, I am not going down there. If a train comes, I'm dead. I'm not going down there. They finally said, the train track is closed. There's no more trains coming down here. So I finally go. And, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm scared of heights. There was a bridge that I swear on the train track bridge that I swear was about 100 feet. They say that it's only 20 or 30, but I swear it was about 100. And I'm walking step by step, trying to balance my way. I'm like, you've got to be joking me. Why? Don't fall for peer pressure, kids. And we finally get down to the place we're going. We have fun. We're supposed to be fishing. We didn't throw one line out. Instead, we end up wrestling each other in the river. And on the way back, I'm now at the point with this track bridge. You've got to be joking me, God. How did y'all get into this? I'm praying, and I think I'll shed a tear or two. I don't know. That's why Shane and Matthew ain't telling the story. They will tell you I cried my eyes out. But I'm just walking. Next thing I know, we hear, hey, is this your truck? Yeah. You're on private property. It's about to get towed. So I'm no longer praying, but I'm now saying, I'm going to kill these fools whenever we get off of this. Once I get there, they're running on a bridge where I'm over here just stepping one by one. I tell you that story because it's the friendships that you will have for a lifetime. Those memories that you will always have. Look at them. They're laughing their tails off right now. They're the memories that you will always have. My friends are the family that is second to my family. To finish that story up, really, the next week we're down at Mildrum. We're stopped at a train track. I noticed, I said, ain't that the track y'all said was closed? You wouldn't have gone if we told you the truth. What did I tell you? The truth, the liar knows the truth, Cody. I tell you that because you'll have those friendships and those memories for a lifetime. Forever. Because whenever you can be with your friends, she don't know I'm about to tell this story. I told Shane I'm telling this story. But the other day I was setting up a tennis banquet. Yeah, she just stopped and she's like, what? Michaela Peavy over there. We're supposed to be helping set up. Instead, we're over there just talking, just telling each other, what the future holds, what we want to do in about 2-3 years, stuff like that. And on the way home, after I lock up the church and everything, I'm like, why did that feel so good? Why was that conversation just so awesome? Why did it resonate in my heart? And I realized it's because, I talked to her on a Wednesday. I talked to her on a Sunday. But I've gotten to the point of moving so fast that I have not taken the time for my friends lately. And so just taking that I want to say 15 minutes just to talk to her just made my day. I don't know why. Guys, that's what friendships are supposed to be, encouraging, uplifting to each other. Pastor Sean has a quote, "Show me your friends, I'll show you your future." Well, I heard the Hillsong pastor up in New York say, "Show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future in 5 years." And I can't help but agree with that because of stuff I've gone through myself. And I realize, I can't use everybody's quote. I got to come up with my own. And show me your leader and I'll show you how your friend group is going to act. Because I was the leader of a friends group. There was 5 of us. I was the leader. And I wasn't good. At the time, I grew up in church. At the time, though, I just kind of revered away from God. I was just a bully. I was a thief. The teachers even knew I cheated on the test. I don't know how I passed the 5th grade. By the way, I was 10 years old at this time, telling other kids the F-bomb. Teaching my other 4 friends what it was. Show me the leader of your friends group. I'll show you how it ends up. They all ended up following me. Guys, if you are the leader of your group and you're saying, I've bullied people and this and that, your friends are going to end up the same way. Girls, I may start a little drama here and talk a little gossip. And I actually got a pet peeve with gossip because even guys gossip. I will say that out loud all day long. Guys gossip too. They just don't talk like girls doing it, but they gossip as well. I can't help but wonder why Paul in the book of Romans, though, in writing out a bunch of sins in a sentence, puts gossip and murder in the same place. Honey, you may not have been the one to pull the trigger, but you, in a way, loaded the gun from gossip, from bullying in certain ways. And I was leading other people to do that. 5 of us. I was doing it, and then 4 more. And what kills me is to this day is that 5 years has come to pass. Because I have come to the point of realizing out of us 5, only 1 of us became a Christian. Only 1. And me. The first one, after I became a Christian, I tried to witness to him. Tried to tell him, about God. But he didn't want to hear it. He just saw my past. He just saw who I was before that. He didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to deal with it. The second one, I couldn't anymore because he moved away across the country. So I really couldn't talk to him anymore. The third one probably hurt the most because he was my best friend. One that I stuck with from birth till the day that I gave my life to Christ. And I knew that God told me, if you keep hanging out with him, you're going to end up back in your old ways. I knew my relationship with God was too important for that. But I know that God is going to lead me back to him at one day so I can witness to him. And the reason I want to do that so bad is because the last one, and it's actually a girl. I adored her. She was one of my greatest friends. And in my junior year, I had 2 classes with her. 2 classes. Every day, whenever I would see her, God would say, go witness to her, go talk to her, tell her that you still care about her. I never did. Junior year, same thing, 2 classes. Go talk to her. Tell her you care about her, and then tell her about me. She needs a relationship with me. I ended up sinning because I was disobedient. I don't know why I couldn't do it. I don't know what told me, don't do it, don't, no. It was the devil, obviously, but I don't know why I didn't just listen to God and say, hey, I'm still here for you. I'm still your friend. I guess I wasn't still that great of a friend my senior year because I wouldn't have just gone to her and told her about God. Your friends should be uplifting, encouraging, and then tell you, hey, God is important. God is who you need to be with. Yes, my friendship with you is so great, but that third person, I said, my relationship with God is so important that I will leave you so that later on I can come back to you and tell you, hey, I still love you and God still wants a relationship with you as well. My third point is actually everyone's favorite at this age, dating. Can I just put the mic down right here and let y'all figure that one out on y'all? Dating. Everyone's favorite topic at this age. And the thing is that, guys, I'm gonna bash on y'all for a minute. Y'all gonna be easier. Y'all were looking for Cinderella. You're looking for the most beautiful, the blondest hair. Can I tell you she ain't out there? Now I've made the girls mad because I've said, I'm not perfect. No, sweetheart, you're not Jesus. Nope. No one is perfect. No one is. Girls, you're looking for Prince Charming. You're looking for the fittest dude out there that is tall. Anton. No, he's not out there. The perfect dude is not out there. Let me tell you, the only perfect person that is out there is in heaven. His name is Jesus. Spell that out a couple times. You're looking for someone that is so great and honest, so got potential. Potential is just potential. If they can't act upon that potential, honey, saying, hey, he would never leave me. He'll walk right out that door in a heartbeat once you make him mad. Girls, vice versa. And then some girls, I've heard this from girls more than guys, because it kind of just sounds weird coming from a guy. From a girl, it's easy to say, I'm dating Jesus. I'm just dating Jesus. I got a question. If you're dating Jesus, how are you going to date someone else whenever they come down the road, whenever Jesus ain't enough for you? You say, I'm dating Jesus, but how is Frank going to be perfect whenever Jesus ain't enough to fulfill your needs? What about Joe? What about Joe? Joe ain't no better. Frank, Joe. But if Jesus ain't perfect enough for you, how is they going to be? What you need to drop is that Cinderella, that I want the Prince Charming mentality, and start looking for honest, caring, and God-loving. Why is that? Because you need to ask yourself a question before and after dating somebody and say, is this person going to make me love God more than I actually do? Is this person actually going to make me love God more or less before I date them and after I date them? Is that the case? They're not going to, if they're not, that's not who God's got for you. But if they make you love God more, he's the most important. Why is that? Because all the attributes that person have, great, you got it from them. But Jesus is going to fulfill the rest. I'm not telling you to go out there and date. I'm not telling you to go out and spit some game. But what I'm saying is that whenever you go and say, hey, before we go on this date, before we even put this car into drive, can I pray with you real quick before we even get to the movie theater or the restaurant? For me, if a girl says no and she walks out of my car right then, I just save $50. Not gonna lie. But if she sits in the car and says, yeah, let's pray before we go, I just may have found the one. Either way, it's win-win. I say $50 or I find the one. I don't know. Both sound pretty good. But one sounds better. I will be honest. Why do I tell you all this though? Why is your family so important? Why is your friendship so important? Why is it how you date and why it's supposed to be the way it is in God so important? Right there, in God. Those relationships are supposed to be in you. But these relationships revolve around the relationship with the holder of my heart. Cody, come on up. The holder of my heart. Nick, can you throw up the graphic? Look at that. Right there, just I had to ask my question that question. Who's the holder of my heart? Am I holding my heart or is God? I had to be dead honest with myself. God, is my heart in the right place with you? Am I really having a true relationship with you so that all these relationships that I'm talking about tonight can fall in place with your word, who you are? Exodus 3, 13 through 14. Then Moses said to God, if I come to the people of Israel and say to them, the God of your father has sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? 14. God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, say this to the people of Israel, I am has sent me to you. I've asked plenty of people this question, which of the two I ams is important? Some people said the first, some people said the second. And if you said the second, you were correct, but not completely. I even asked my daddy that, and he was a pastor at a time. And he said the second. And he gave me the answer because at that time, God was saying, I am the deliverer. I am the way out of your bondage. I'm your salvation. I'm your way out of Egypt. And yes, that is correct. But that second I am, if you translate that correctly, it translates into the name of God, Yahweh. God said to Moses, I am Yahweh. I am Yahweh. What is that? Why is that so important? Because he's saying, Moses, my name is Yahweh. You're trying to get out of this calling I have for you. You're trying to get out of this purpose I've called for you to be in, to take my people out of Egypt. But I'm telling you, even though you've sinned, even though you want out of my calling for you, I am Yahweh. I want a relationship with you, Moses. You may not want it, and I don't need it, but I want it. And so I will tell you a name. Why is that so important? The name of Yahweh, the name of God. Because people, they thought that name, you couldn't speak it. You couldn't even hear it. The name of God is so powerful. But he said, even though my name is that powerful, I will tell you, Yahweh. Yahweh. What about the New Testament? This don't work for me, Old Testament. How does that make sense? What about Jesus? We're Christians. We say we follow Jesus. Jesus being God. Jesus' name is save, salvation, saves. But Jesus had so many, especially in the book of John, I am statements, using the same I am that is up on the screen right now. Meaning Yahweh saves. People, they called him a heretic because he called himself God. They tried to run him out because he said, I'm Yahweh saves. He died for us. At the cross, the love ran red. On that cross, he said, I am saving you. I am Yahweh saves. I am statements from Jesus. God's saying, Moses, I am Yahweh. I want a relationship with you. How though? Back to Galatians. Galatians 5:9. Don't you know that when you allow even a little lie into your heart, it can permeate your entire belief system? That's what I did. I was letting the lie of the enemy say, you've got so much on your plate, do it on your own. Do this by yourself. Whenever God told me finally, Jamison, be honest with yourself. Where's your heart? I already know the answer. Be honest with yourself. Where's your heart? I said, God, I'm trying to live for you, but it's not there. I got to put my heart back in the hands of the holder. I thought about this, the title of this event, the title of this message, and I stopped and I knew each and every time, again, I couldn't be up here without God. I couldn't be preaching the word he has for us tonight without him and his anointing. I was scared to death of tonight. Ask anybody. I think everyone saw it on my face. But he said, I'm the holder of your heart. I'm the holder of your heart. Where's your heart at tonight? Are you holding it? Because if so, your family you may start running from your family. Your friends, you may start hurting their feelings. The person you want to date, the person you are dating, may want to push them aside, push God aside. Where's your heart? Is it in the hands of the holder or is it in your own hands? Because I know anytime I put situations in my own hands, I've messed up time and time again. But whenever I put situations in God's hands, he took care of it. And if I have a heart situation where I'm listening to the little lies that's making me believe something than what God tells me, I'm not listening and I don't have my heart in the hands of the holder. Maybe that's you tonight, saying, I need to put my heart in the hand